Hi, Nicole. Everything looks pretty good here. One quick note on your work in Photoshop. You may like to add an adjustment layer. So layer, new adjustment layer, brightness and contrast. And by working with brightness, you can make the paper color perfectly white. Now, something that might be added here is the rearmost wall, and I'm just guessing where it might be. You know, probably the windows would be centered on it. If you take a look, Abram has been working with that. And then the other thing is, I wanted to look at the scale of the sofa. You've drawn the sofa very nicely, it recedes well, but I was thinking that maybe the coffee table is looking a bit large in relation to the sofa. In fact, I guess that's either an entertainment center or a fireplace opposite the sofa. Do the coffee table and fireplace seem to look large while the sofa or love seat looks small? Hi, Abram. This looks great in so many ways. Let's see. I had a couple of ideas for you, however. Um, First of all, I was wondering about the proportion of the door. Does it seem unusually wide? Should it be more narrow in relation to its height? And another thing I want you to pay attention to is foreshortening. Usually tiles on the floor will be square versus rectangular, and when they're seen in perspective, they are foreshortened so that their height looks to be less than their width, even though they're truly square when seen from above. Now, there's something similar that happens with cabinets and even a double sink. I'm trying to point to the double sink there, but things got a little off. So, if you've got a cabinet with two doors side by side, and you're looking at this in perspective, the width of the far door will appear to be shorter or more narrow than the width of the near door. In other words, you don't want to divide the total of the piece of furniture in half from front to back, but rather allow more space for the near door's width and less for that of the rear. Likewise, the near sink would look wider and the rear sink would look less wide. In terms of how things recede into space. Now, one more thing, I was looking at the burners on your stove. I was thinking about how those would be centered on the stovetop in relation to the handle on the oven. Another thing is, what shape is a circle going to make when seen in perspective? I think you're pretty close. Here I found a sketch of a roll of tape that should offer some ideas, and I also traced a little photo of a stovetop and got this red oval as a shape that might suggest some ideas to you. On the whole, the both of you, good work. I'm so glad to see early drafts.